This is a yoga flow for total beginners. If you missed the tutorial, I'll link it in the description below. I strongly suggest you start with that. I'm Noko Mabo and I invite you to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and get your welcome packet if you are new to my channel. There's also a free masterclass coming up soon. You can register, but you can register now. We're going to start in a child pose. Big toes together, knees wide open. We press the hips down. And we're going to start today with the extended child pose. Arms are extending, reaching forward. Now, if your forehead is not touching the floor, you can place a book. You can place a fist or two fists. You can place a block. And in this position, I invite you to just feel the position. Feel it in your shoulders. Feel it in your hips, in your low back. And holding the position, let's take a deep breath into the nose and out to the nose. Deep breath in and out. And keep going with this breath. And notice how your muscles start to relax. Let's hold it a few more breaths here. And as we hold, I'm going to explain to you what a flow is. So a flow, it's a series of postures without interruptions. They're following one another. So it's like a routine, or it's a sequence of movement one after the other. All right, let's take a deep breath into the nose, coming up on all fours, spreading our fingers wide, starfish hands, index fingers pointing straight forward. And we're going to press all the knuckles of the hands deep into the mat. Imagine you want to lift the heels of the hands so that you don't have too much pressure in this area. And from here, we're going to do a shrug, shoulder shrug, what I call a shoulder shrug. So we're going to drop, sink into the position. I squeeze my shoulder blades and then I spread them apart, pressing my shoulders down towards the floor. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Inhaling down, exhaling up. One more, and back up into a tabletop position. Here, avoid arching. So I know you're looking at the camera, so you have to lift your head. But otherwise, you want the crown of the head reaching forward, tailbone back. And tailbone, we don't want to drop the tailbone or suck it under. Okay, neutral position, neutral alignment of the spine with the belly supporting the spine. So belly button reaching up to the spine. And from here, cow. So we drop the belly, push the chest forward, inhale, exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Gonna continue for a little bit, and again I invite you to close your eyes and notice the sensations in your low back, in your shoulders as you move between cat and cow. And in yoga you follow your own breath. It means that you may go faster or slower than I'm going. Back to center. By now you may start feeling your wrist. So let's interlace the fingers, make circles. So I'm going to show you a couple of modifications you can do before this happens, or as soon as you notice your wrists are getting tired. One is getting onto your fist. So from here we can do our cat, we can do our cow, same thing. Okay. Other option is to place your elbows down. And we can still do our cat, our cow. So from now on, whenever you do a yoga flow, Feel free to modify yourself even if I'm not showing you a modification. Get into your modification as soon as you need to. Back here. And again, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Inhaling cow, adding on. From here we shift the shoulders forward. It feels awkward. We keep the elbows tucked in, press the elbows down, bend the elbows, and child pose. And inhaling up, exhaling cat. Inhaling cow, exhaling bow. Inhaling, pushing up, exhaling child. One more, inhaling up on all fours. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Pushing the chest forward, releasing the spine. Exhaling bow. Only as low as you're comfortable. Inhaling up. So maybe you just bent half an inch. That's fine. You don't want to be here and then you fall or you cannot come up. Okay, so half an inch is fine. Coming back up. And child, let's relax in child pose. Find your child pose. Modify it if you need to. Maybe placing a pillow under your knees. You could also have a pillow under your chest here. And if your toes are not relaxed, if it's too uncomfortable and you have to keep your toes up, that's fine too. It's not as comfortable. Big breath into the nose and out. One more big breath in and out. Next inhale, coming up on all fours. We're going to repeat and add on. Inhaling cat. Exhaling cat. Inhaling center, preparing for a down facing dog, tucking the toes under. Lifting the knees, big breath in. Exhaling, chest back. Okay, this is our easy child pose, meaning that we modify it with the knees bent, heels lifted. For those of you who can maintain the length in the spine, we can extend the knees or even press the heels down. And inhaling into a plank. Exhaling, down facing dog. Inhaling plank, pressing the knees down. Inhaling cat. Exhaling cat. Again, inhaling cat. Exhaling, we bow. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, down facing dog. Pressing the knees down. Child pose. Breathing into the nose and out. Adding on, coming up right here. We repeat and add on. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling center. Exhaling, down facing dog. Hold it right here. Now feel the stretch from your ankles, through your hams, your calves, your hamstring, your lower back, your shoulders. And feel your shoulders pressing up away from the floor and chest moving towards the thighs. Remember, your knees can be bent, your heels lifted. Inhaling plank, modified plank. Let's go all the way to the floor. Preparing for cobra, we press the top of the feet down, contracting the thigh muscles, tailbone down. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling down. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling down. Inhaling cobra, lifting the left leg. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, switch leg up. Exhaling down. Inhaling cobra, left leg up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, opposite leg up. Exhaling down. Keeping both feet on the floor. Inhaling up. Pushing off the floor. Keep your elbows tucked in. Pushing off the floor. Exhaling cat. Inhaling center. From here, We're going to walk the hands to one side, feeling the stretch on the ribs on the side of the spine. So I walk until my fingertips are facing sideways, or maybe you're halfway here, wherever you want to go. So it's really about feeling the stretch in your ribs. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, switching side. Inhaling center. Tucking the toes under, preparing for down facing dog. Big breath in through the nose. Exhaling, down facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Knees on the mat. Preparing for child pose. Big toes together, knees wide open. Extending the arms, reaching far forward with those arms. And walking the hands to one side. Now, as I walk my hands sideways, I keep my head between the elbows. So I don't want to do this. My arms are moving by themselves. Okay? Hold it there. See if you can press your hips deeper into the floor. So what I do, I press my hands into the floor as if I was trying to push myself away from the mat. Or if I was sliding towards the back of your mat. Inhaling. Exhaling, center. I'm going to do the other side. Inhaling. Exhaling, crawling the fingers to the other side. Pressing the tailbone down, hips down. Inhaling back to center, child pose. Inhaling up. From here, we're going to slide the left hand under the right armpit with the palm facing up. And we place the left ear into the floor. The right hand is in front of the face. I use it to twist a little bit deeper. So this is a twist for the spine. It should feel great on your back. Back to center. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling center. Let's work on the other side. So I'm going to switch so you can see my face. This time right hand, palm facing up, slides under the left armpit. Right ear into the floor. I use the left hand to press deep into the mat. So I really feel the stretch on this side in my shoulder blades. Depending on where your flexibility is, you may feel it at different places, or where your stiffness is. So you may feel it in the low back, in your upper back. Back to center. Inhaling cat. Exhaling cat. And center. Let's walk the hands back, sitting on our knees. Hands flat here. We're going to do another twist here. So right hand on left thigh, left fingertips behind you. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhaling center. Exhaling, twist other side. Inhaling, we try to lengthen the spine. Exhaling, we twist a little bit deeper. And see if you can look at the back wall maybe. Want to avoid leaning back. If this hand is not reaching the floor, remember you have your blocks to help increase the reach behind you. And I like to use this hand to press against the thigh so it helps me go deeper into the twist. Back to center. You can be on your knees. If this is uncomfortable, you can always sit on the floor. You can always have one block, 2 blocks. Can be a pillow, can be a book, something to elevate your hips. So you don't want to be in a position where you are straining. I like this position, but it's not for everybody. You can also be sitting on the floor. Again, maybe sitting on a pillow or on a block, if it's uncomfortable in this position. From here, inhaling, opening the chest to the sky. Exhaling, cactus arms. So we bend the elbows. Imagine you want to squeeze your elbows behind your back. So you squeeze your shoulder blades, you're gazing in. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, opening the chest up. We're doing basically a cow here again. Okay, opening the... Two more. Inhaling, center. Exhaling. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Back to center. Let's end with a twist on the floor. So remember, for your twist, you may need a block, 2 blocks, or pillows. I'm going to use 2 blocks. On your back, arms extended sideways with the palms facing down. We're going to lift the hips, scoop the hips to the left, drop the knees to the right. So this will use 1 block underneath and 1 between the knees, so that my legs are not hanging right here. Okay, if your legs are hanging in the air and they're not touching sometimes, you're straining your back. So you can have pillows underneath between your knees. And from here, let's take a deep breath in. I invite you to close your eyes. Exhaling, releasing those legs. Inhaling, big breath into the nose. Exhaling, pressing the left shoulder down a little bit more. Inhaling. Exhaling. A few more rounds of breath here. Just letting go of any expectations or how the pose is supposed to be. It has to be comfortable. Feel free to move your knees further down, further up, wherever you need. Big breath in. Exhaling, let's bring our arms to the same side using the top hand to push ourselves up, away from the floor. And let's do the other side. On our back, so when you're on the floor, okay, I don't have the space because of the bed here, but you want your arms extended, shoulders against the floor, arms against the floor. And so all of this is facing the ceiling, okay, right here. All of this is facing the ceiling the whole time, as much as possible, of course. So from here, heels are close to the feet. Heels are close to the feet. Heels are close to the hips. We lift the hips, scoop the hips to the right this time, and drop the knees to the left. Again, I'm going to use a block underneath the bottom knee, 1 between. And my shoulders are facing straight up as much as possible. Extending the arms. Big breath into the nose. And out. Big breath in. As you breathe out, releasing the muscles in the lower back. Big breath in. Breathing out, relaxing the legs. Feeling the weight of the legs pressing down, stretching your lower back. Just letting go here. And let's bring the eyes open if they were closed. Rolling to one side using the top hand to push yourself away from the floor, and bottom elbow to protect your spine. Thank you so much for joining today. I'd like you to go to the description below. Let me know what you think of the down facing dog. Okay, downward facing dog. I say down dog, but it's downward facing dog. Also, don't forget to register for my upcoming free masterclass. Hands to heart center. That's how we end a yoga class, typically with the hands to heart. From my heart to yours, with love.
Namaste.
Join me again with